Some people have a quiet way of helping others find their footing when life feels complicated. They listen closely, they ask the right questions, they help people slow down enough to see their lives more clearly. Kerri Hunt is one of those people. She's a master certified Christian life coach who helps women and men navigate anxiety, relationships, purpose, and the transitions that come with a full life. She's also the voice behind Grandma's Kerri's Sleepy Time Classics, where thousands of listeners fall asleep to chapters of classic literature read by Kerri with her calming voice. Today we're talking about life, coaching, purpose, and at the end of the day, what people are really searching for. Welcome, Kerri. Hi, Kerri, and welcome to the Wealthy Life Show. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
So I have known Kerri not super well, but I've known her for years, kind of through my husband and also kids going to the same school. Her husband's a fellow physician in town. And I've really had a lot of fun watching what she's done over the last, how many years has it been?
Just 4.
Just 4 years?
Just 4.
So she has done amazing things. Kerri is a mom. She is a wife. She met her husband in Indiana and then moved with him to Cincinnati and then to Wisconsin for his medical practice, where she then homeschooled her 6 children. For how many years was that over?
That is so many kids.
So many kids.
So many kids. About 24.
So 24 years. And then I hate the word you reinvented yourself, but you kind of reinvented yourself.
Okay. So here's where I kind of was. So last kid at home, I was done homeschooling because he did not want to be left with just me. Right?
Yes.
So he went to Notre Dame. So then I had no kids at home and I didn't know what was next. And my overarching thought might have been something like, my best days are behind me.
Oh, no. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that time
I
of
can
growth,
yes.
like bringing a new baby home.
And then the baby's leaving.
And then the baby's leaving and what's next. Yeah. Just kind of like, oh, my growth years are kind of behind me.
Right. So since then, I'm going to get a little bit ahead of us and then I'm going to come back to that topic. Since then, she has become a master certified Christian life coach through the Life Mentoring School. She has a one-on-one coaching practice. She is a group leader. She is a coach instructor. And then most recently, this is the one that blew my mind because I didn't even know about this. She started a podcast and we'll talk about how you started it, but it's called Grandma Kerri's Sleepy Time Classics. And she has over 20,000 downloads where she reads book chapters and people listen to them for nervous system regulation, I would say. They are calming and relaxing.
That's a pretty good, I mean, the other thing that's been, so initially, if we can talk about
Let's just talk about
okay.
Yes.
So initially I was doing a master certification program and I had to do a project. So I thought I'll just do a podcast and I'll be like Dr. Wagner and I'll get on but I'll make it life coach. So I'll talk about confidence and then I'll talk about insecurity. And then maybe I'll have one on how to love what you already have. Like I had all these kind of ideas spinning, but I felt too nervous to do that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do 2 warm-up projects. My first one was I made myself put a reel out on Instagram every week. And that doesn't sound like much.
It is a lot.
But it was terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
And then after the 5th one, like a lot of times when we do new scary things, it starts to be fun.
Right.
So then my second warm up was I'm just going to read, and I'd had this on my dream list for 10 years. And at first I was going to put on a floppy disk. I just wanted to read my favorite books so that if I ever lost my voice or if I wasn't here on earth, my grandkids could listen to them later.
Right.
Like it would just, because as a homeschool mom, I did a lot of things poorly. I was a little disorganized. There are packets of math tests that I never graded to Matthew's under his bed still. And now he actually got asked that in an interview question for fellowship. They're like, what was it like to be homeschooled? Because it seems so weird to most people, right? It's just not normal. And he looked at him and he said, well, there were some good things, but I think there's literally a packet of math tests still under my bed that my mom never graded. So there were some definite outages.
But the kids are all doing very well. So it obviously worked fine.
Okay.
Yes.
But one thing we did that I loved is we read a ton of books.
Yes.
We read Lord of the Rings. We read Chronicles of Narnia. We read all the great books. And literally that was my favorite thing. We have a couch in our kitchen. And I would say, George, go make me another cup of coffee. Go pour another cup of coffee and let's read 2 more chapters.
Yes.
And anything to delay grammar, right? Anything to delay English. So we read a lot of books. That was my great love. So I thought if I could just get these recorded, then they would be here for posterity.
Yes, right.
Because we loved them as a family. So I thought that'll be my warm-up project for this Master Coach program. I'll just read the books and then I'll be like you. I'll be like Lynn and have a real podcast. So I started reading these chapters and I loved it so much. And a friend of mine kind of told the world on her Instagram page, go listen to this. It's on Apple. And that ended up being my project. I just stayed there. I just stayed there. And now they're almost the most, I'll just a little show and tell. Anne of Green Gables was the first. It's the most, maybe the best book out there. And it's, so like you think at your age, as a young adult fiction, would you tend to pick up like Alice in Wonderland of Anne of Green Gables? Would that be the first?
No.
You already passed that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out we're not. Like you could be 70 and fall in love with this book.
So you would read like a chapter at a time?
A chapter at a time. Each chapter is an episode.
And then you never posted them or shared them actively online until recently, more so?
Until recently.
But then
until I did
people
this
just started sharing them on their own.
And then other people shared them. And then I've had a lot of coaches reach out to me and say, literally, when my clients are having a hard time, they feel off, we'd say dysregulated, they feel stressed, they're going through anything hard, their homework is to listen to a chapter while they take a walk outside. Every day, every time they feel that way. Well, and I think word is kind of just spreading.
You also said that some people, if they wake up at 3 a.m, which is a very big problem for my patients, they wake up between 1 and 3 a.m. and then they lay there with their mind racing. And a lot of people are not grabbing a book, but listening to your podcast to calm themselves down again.
My most downloaded time, I don't know if it still is, but this I checked about 6 months ago, was at 3 a.m. And so I've had people message me, which I love them. Like they take the time to even tell me this. My husband snores. He wakes me up and I put my AirPod in and I listen to 1 7-minute chapter and I'm back asleep.
Yes.
Like what a calling.
That is amazing.
Like to help women that are having the same issues I am at night fall back asleep.
Right. Because everything else that's out there is like a meditation or guided imagery. And sometimes you just don't want to do that. Sometimes you just want to numb out.
You want to hang out with
And it's not great to do this because the light's bad, as you guys know, I talk about all the time, but it's just an awesome thing.
It's just sweet. It's
really,
so
really
sweet.
Cool. I want to get back into the whole coaching thing.
Yeah.
So how did you end up getting into doing that training and then actually starting to see clients? What was the moment where you're like, this is what I want to do? Great
question. So there's a woman, my coach is named Edie Wadsworth. Everybody should just go follow her. She's like she's literally like sunshine.
And she's in Cincinnati?
She is, she's in Tennessee.
Oh, got it.
She's in Tennessee.
Right.
And she has a podcast called The House of Joy. I'm on one of her episodes. She's just like sunshine. And so my friend Becky Mitchell, who's local, said to me, just come to a workshop. You know, I'm in this program with this lady and she's just helping me and like love my own life.
Right. Yes.
So I did this free workshop and I thought I'm just going to join in for a year. It's the perfect time. So I jumped in and then right as Joe was headed to school, she started a certification program. And so I thought, I'm not ready. I need to wait till Joe's in college. Right? I got to focus on Joe.
Yes.
Well, it turns out we
focus
on our kids. Don't want our focus,
No.
right? And then I show up kind of needy and weird because he doesn't want to talk after school, right? Right.
Yes.
If I can be happier in my own life, I show up as a way better mom.
Yes.
So I'm jumping into this thing. I'm going to get certified. I am never going to coach anyone in this business. I am only doing this so I can be a better mother-in-law and a better grandma.
Yes.
And a better listener and a better wife and a better mom and better, like, love myself better. And so I jumped in, but then so COVID. And you know Steph Braz. So Steph and Julie Kolkowski have this idea that we're going to hike the Ice Age Trail so we can be together. So we had this thing where, I don't know, every other week we're hiking the Ice Age Trail. I'm in the middle of certification. I let them go on. I put the AirPod in to listen to my teaching. And then somebody says, what are you doing? Of course, I hadn't told anybody.
Oh, you hadn't?
No. I mean, no.
Right,
I'm just like doing this crazy thing.
Right.
People are going to judge it. It's really weird.
For sure.
So I said, yeah, I'm just doing this thing. I'm getting certified to be a coach, but I'm not going to ever coach. This is just going to help me. But I said it out loud to this group. And then later one of them circled back and said, will you coach me?
Will you coach me? Oh, my daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to be available. I'd love to have your voice in her ear. And I panicked, of course. I said yes, like I've been saying yes to everything that scares me. Then I'm going to panic because I haven't built the plane.
Yeah.
We're flying. I haven't even built the plane.
Right.
So I just kind of figured it out as I went. I started coaching and then word of mouth and it just grew.
That's incredible. So what was it like with your first client?
I was so nervous. I didn't even know how to run a Zoom room. Right? And I was so nervous. I hadn't even created an office. So I think everybody left. And one-on-one is very easy for me. It's very comfortable. I can tell you that the group thing was much worse the first time. So, and then I thought, well, will the Zoom work? I'm in my master bedroom, but trying to make it look like it's not my bedroom. Everybody's out of the house, the door's closed. And as soon as I saw her face on the screen,
It was just easy.
because really, really my job is to hold them like in the highest regard, like to just like almost see them as where they all where they want to be, and then just be the best listener they have in their life.
So not as much like counseling and giving direction, but reflecting, like the mirror.
Questions.
Yes.
And reflecting.
Yes.
Right. Almost like I've got a headlamp on my head, and then I'm leaning it toward their thoughts so that we can both see what they're thinking, and then what it's creating for them. Because if our thoughts, now this is going to be out there probably for a lot of you, but if our thoughts become things, our thoughts become our results. I know that's a stretch, but it's just
No, it's not a stretch at all.
It's a stretch usually for most people, because most people feel like I'm at the effect of my circumstance, right?
No.
It's what's in the news. It's what husband said when he came home. It's what my grown adult child is struggling with. It's my mom saying this. It's what my mother-in-law and I'm just at the mercy of what is happening. But it turns out that most of what we feel is coming from a thought that we're practicing
Yes.
on repeat.
No, I 100% agree with that. I started kind of getting into that. I hate the word manifestation. I really don't love it, but into the whole thing where your thoughts become your actions, become your reality. And
There's actually a lot of evidence.
There's a lot of evidence. It's like scientific evidence. And then I look at my life for the last, 15 years, and I'm like, wow. I look at old journals, things I wrote down, things I was thinking about. And you're like, oh, that happened. That happened.
Check.
Right. So it is very, very, very powerful. So you see people ages 30 to 70, and
really like 18. I did take a 17-year-old.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay.
Because her mom was a coach, and she knew it wasn't therapy. She understood what it was and what it wasn't. So, but normally it's 18 up to like, I think 77 was my oldest.
Was your oldest one? And it's majority of women, but also some men.
I would say
and probably a growing percentage.
Yeah, 10 to 15% young men, young adult children of coaches or friends that have known me for years and years. And I mean, I've coached anyone from, oh, you have interviews, you want to get a job, to how do you want to feel when you go into the interview?
Right.
We even did some practice questions.
Yes.
It's really.
What is the length of time someone usually spends with you? Not for like a visit, but for like the long term. How long does a session or coaching experience last?
Yep, great question. So typically, with just a few exceptions, I do a coaching package of 12 weeks.
Okay.
Or it started as 12 weeks. Anything you do for 12 weeks,
right,
you can usually sustain. You have 90 days of like really focusing on that.
Right.
Now, however, I found that most people, when they get to about session 8, they're doing so much better. Then they'll say things like, can we go monthly? Because I really want to keep you through when my in-laws come, or through when my daughter gets married, or through Christmas. And I'm super flexible. So it
you
doesn't
do
have
that
to be done in 12 weeks.
Do a lot of people extend for another 12 weeks? I would think so.
Yeah.
How about a year?
Probably about half a year. I mean, probably a quarter. I've had clients for 3 years before.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Yeah. And then you probably get to the point where you're like, okay, we're good for now.
Oh, they're amazing.
Right.
And then I've had people circle back, right? Suddenly, oh, I'm pregnant. First baby, can I buy another package?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the cool thing I think about this type of situation is, and this is not a dig on counselors at all. I refer to counselors all the time. They're very, very needed. But sometimes you go to various healers and counselors, and it's like never ending. So it's like, what's the end point? Am I healing? Am I relieving myself of whatever is bringing me down? Or am I just going and talking about it over and over again?
Yeah, it's so interesting. So sometimes the way I'll explain it to people is, okay, so, and I had postpartum depression after my last baby.
As did I.
Profound. And I was referred to Linda Schwally, who was an angel on earth. She was near retirement. She was one of those like super experienced therapists. I've sent her to when she retired, a bunch of us were sad. A bunch of us went to it.
Yes.
And she actually, a lot of the questions she asked me, she functioned a little bit like a coach.
I would think so.
And I think part of that was like her confidence and having so much experience.
Right.
But a lot of times I think, and counselors, I totally believe in therapists.
Yes.
Totally believe in them. I think sometimes they act as a little bit of an archaeologist, like we're going to kind of dig and figure it out. And I think coaching adds a little bit of architecture component, like what do you want to create?
More forward thinking and less backward thinking.
Can be.
Right.
Yeah.
And more about like, how do I take my circumstances that I know are to be true and I cannot change, and my prior experiences, and reframe them in my brain to move forward in a positive light instead of having it be a weight.
Okay, you sound just like a coach. You really do.
I-
Exactly. Like,
I do
bingo,
know.
ding, 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 ding.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I say to my patients, I'm not a counselor or a coach, but this is how I feel about the situation. So no, there's so much overlap. You know that.
So good.
So I think one of the things you touched on a lot when you sent me over some of the information was that overwhelm feeling, the anxiety, the overwhelm. Tell me about that. Like how, and I would think that's I guess that's probably any age, but how do you take someone who's saying, I just feel so overwhelmed and redirect them into, here's how we deal with this?
Oh, so good. Well, how about if I give you one little practical tool?
Yes.
So anybody that's listening could actually use
like
this
that.
today. Okay. It's a thing. It's so simple, but it's a thing called a thought download, or you could think of it as a brain dump. So let's say that I wake up and I just feel stressed and overwhelmed, which I will the next few days because I have a big talk coming up on Tuesday. And then my brain is thinking, and you didn't pay this bill, and you forgot to answer this email, and your mother-in-law has a question. And by the way, you should probably fix that spot on the house with that rotten board that's been there for 5 years.
Right.
Your brain is like a garbage magnet,
Yes.
right? And it's all swirling around, and it's in our brains, and our brains are meant to be processors, right? We treat our brains often like storage units, and we've got all that stuff floating around. And of course we wake up stressed and overwhelmed.
Yes.
So one thing you can do is grab a pen and paper. It can be the back of an envelope. Pen to paper is like magic. It's been shown often to be as good as a cognitive therapy
It can be a
session,
pencil, right?
Right? It can be. Pencil's good.
I love pencils.
Crayon, whatever you want. Pencil's good. You scratch erase. But just literally set a timer for 3 or 4 minutes and just start dumping everything that comes to me. It might be it's raining out, and pay that bill, and you're out of heavy whipping cream for your coffee, and what about that talk? And just dump it all out onto paper. Can just give you some relief right there, even if you don't do anything with that piece of paper.
But I would think it
can
would
help with the
could
overwhelm.
serve as a to-do list in the morning when you wake up and you're like, what was I thinking about in the middle of the night?
You can literally, I use a planner, but you could literally like circle everything that's an action item and just find a day for it.
Yes.
Right?
I love that.
Yeah. So that's just a simple thing. But right, a lot of us feel overwhelmed, stressed, anxious. It's like epidemic.
Yes. You said in your notes also that people come to you when they're struggling with their purpose. Like, what is my purpose? So what is the first thing you do with that person when they're trying to navigate that question? Because that's a big one. I mean, I still sometimes say that to myself. Like, what is my purpose?
Yeah. I mean, such a good question. And I think especially a lot of women, 40 to 77, right?
Huge.
What's my purpose?
Right.
Especially as you, and maybe you had kids, maybe you didn't, but if you did, you might be thinking empty nest. Maybe, gosh, a lot of my friends are kind of like winding down careers.
Yes.
As I'm kind of starting mine. It's
Right.
It's
Right.
interesting.
Yes.
But Sandy Rankin had a great conversation about that once when we were together. Like, what if things are just starting?
Right.
So it can be
I think they're just starting.
I think they're just starting.
I do.
So actually kind of my talk that I'm giving on Tuesday is, how do I figure out what I want? So think about it, right? I have spent a lot of women, I'm sure, can relate to this, and maybe men. We've spent like years figuring out, how can we get our kids lunch? How can we make sure that they have a chance at this dream that they have, whether it's a sport or it's a college they want to get to, or, you're supporting a spouse,
husband.
which when you're a stay-at-home mom, you're kind of this.
Right.
So you don't spend a lot of time thinking about what you want, or you have an idea, especially we can get, I think, mixed up. As Christians, we can get mixed up into thinking it's selfish to think about what we want. But
100%.
What if like these little nudges, these little desires that keep cropping up are God-given?
They're divine.
And he's like,
yes, they are very divine.
not selfish, right? Not selfish.
Right.
And it can be even like, who could I even serve with these desires?
Yes.
Who could be not only me, I show up differently when I'm feeling like I have some purpose and excitement and calling.
Mm-hmm.
I show up a lot less needy, like, hey, aren't I a good mom? Or, hey, I'm over here. Right. There's not, so that need when you're sort of excited about something you're pursuing that could literally help somebody. So where would I start coaching? Well, one thing that'll be in my talk, and I've got this gorgeous woman who retired part of her dental practice to focus on her kids that are in high school. She's trying to launch them into college, but now she's kind of in this, my life looks a lot like laundry and baseball uniforms and meals and carpools and right. And she said, so I literally gave her this homework. I said, okay, we're going to set a timer for 4 minutes. And I want you to take a piece of paper and just write out everything you think of that sounds like fun or dreamy or anything to do, even no matter how ridiculous. And then we kind of went through her list and what were have tos and shoulds and need tos, what were wants, what were ridiculous but could maybe happen.
Right.
And she had the most amazing things on there, from like, I want to own a cattle ranch, to I'm going to go get like my horse riding thing. I mean, she had some really interesting.
Right.
But what if we all kept kind of a little dream list? And I think the best thing, I buy those Post-its that have the lines on them,
Yes.
like half paper.
Yeah.
What if you had a little Post-it that kind of floated along with you through your planner or your calendar, and you just added to that when you, and this question can help. Thank you, Mackenzie. So if I told myself, I'm going to write this down, but I never have to do it. In fact, maybe I'm not even allowed to do it, but it's just kind of a little dreamy thing. I'm just going to write it down.
Right.
And it will open it up. Whereas if I think I have to do it, that list will shrink.
Right. There's what I actually did too is I went through Pinterest and I started just pinning pictures that looked like I want to be doing that. And then I put it on my desktop on my computer. And that's actually so fun, because if I'm on the plane somewhere and I pull up my computer and I just see all these pictures, and then I can be like, oh, I'm doing that now, or I'm doing that, or oh, I still need to do that yet. Like I love that stuff.
What's on there?
Camera, travel, boating, backcountry skiing. Just did that last week. Me working at a desk.
Yeah.
Like kind of like this right now. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just, it makes me feel, it just makes me feel happy. And it's like, you see it, you think it, and then potentially it might happen then. Yeah. But I also think a lot of people feel like the purpose question can be confusing, because a lot of people are getting the message that if you're not doing your job, that's your purpose.
Oh, God.
You need to go do something else.
Okay.
Right.
Which
that's not always it.
This is great. Okay. So what if your calling, right, is already in front of you? So, and this is, I love this topic. What if your purpose, right? What if your purpose is whatever's in front of you? So there's this idea like my purpose is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of interesting. I mean, what about this idea that can I create more desire for what I already have, more appreciation, more love for what I already have? And then it's more easy to love whatever I do next. So if I am looking my gift horse in the mouth and I feel dissatisfied and like frustrated and resentful, and I think, say my goal is to lose 20 pounds. Once I lose 20 pounds, I'll be happy.
Right.
If I can't love my body here where I am, there's a really good chance that even after I lose 20 pounds, I'm still not going to love my body.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't love my calling, wherever, like say I'm working at Home Depot in the florist department, and I feel like I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here, my feet hurt, my back hurts, I hate this. I'll be happy when I'm a dental assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy. There's a good chance that if I can't be happy here, I might not be happy there.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. Like, what is my purpose? I don't know. The first thing that came to mind, Lynn, I mean, I don't know the answer to this, I guess,
right.
Even for myself.
No, agree.
So I'm not
agree.
telling, but the first thing that popped in my head was to love my neighbor.
Yes. Yeah. Know. And that's why I think, your training was faith-based. And I think that obviously weaves very thick within your teachings. Yeah. Would you agree?
I would agree.
And is there a reason why you chose a faith-based program over a different type of program? It was just because that's one you referred to.
Because Becky was doing it.
Right.
Honestly, because Becky was doing it. If it had been secular, I probably would have still done it.
Right.
But I love that part about it, because it does have kind of an like love your neighbor as yourself. I love that it was kind of an underpinning, because I think so often our self-talk in our head, our thoughts we have on repeat, and we don't realize it, is kind of hateful talk to ourselves.
Yes. Oh, for sure. 100%. In my patients, I see a lot of them, they're coming to me for like labs and medical conditions and, body stuff. And I see that they don't love themselves.
Oh.
And I sometimes call them out on it, where I'm like, hey, you have this goal and you're not reaching that goal. And how do you love yourself? Like what is it? Where's the block? Where's the psychological block here? I say it nicer than that though.
Well, no, I mean, it's a fair question. I think we could, 100 people listening, we could ask them, what are the 3 main thoughts you've had on repeat about yourself? 2 out of the 3 probably are not loving.
Right.
And I have this easel in my office in back of me, and it says, "You are the beloved," with a heart around it. And it's based on a book, a great book, Beloved by Henry Nouwen. And this idea that what if you're already 100% worthy, 100% lovable, just as you are before you change one little thing, right? So we do this work like, oh, I should love myself. I should be nice, right? But what if you're already worthy as you are, before you change anything about your body, before you change your education, before you change your job, before you change how you look, before you get in shape, can you love yourself here? And I'll go into it and you can cut this out. But for me, that all is a little easier because I consider it as you're made in the image of God.
Yes.
I'm made in the image of God.
Yes.
A woman out there walking down the street is made in the image of God. She is already worthy before she changes one thing. And I have this deep belief that we are more apt to like up level or get where we want to go from a place of loving ourselves
Yes.
than from a place of being mean to ourselves.
So the way I always look at this, and this gets a little weird. I don't care, but it's like the whole vibration thing. So there's the states of being and what vibratory you're level at. And if you're in a state of like disgust or fear or shame or judgment, and you know what that feels like, it feels terrible. It feels awful. It feels like suffocating. It feels heavy. Your brain doesn't feel as creative. You're not going to get those other things that you want. You might sit there and think, oh, I really wish I wasn't working at McDonald's. I wish I was, working at this different job, or I wish I knew my purpose, but I hate what I'm doing and I hate my manager. You're not going to attract the other stuff. It's just, you're not going to. So like being in that space and like loving what you're doing and being like, I'm going to choose to be joyful here and I'm going to do the best job I can here. You're just naturally more attractive to your other opportunities.
I mean, studies show that out. I mean, another example might be, say you're going to, I don't know, you're a teenager going to a new school, you're a physician going to a conference, you don't know anybody, and you kind of have these thoughts like, my jeans are too tight. I don't like what I wore. And my hair looks bad today. And what if I don't have anyone to sit by? And, and it's kind of this like thoughts about you.
Yes.
Right. So even just something as simple as, okay, when I go in, instead of being, here I am, I'm going to go in with a, here you are energy.
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to walk in, I'm going to look for somebody, maybe it doesn't have someone to sit by or someone who's kind of standing awkwardly in the corner. So this like, it is kind of a vibration thing. I think, what is it? Who is it? Was it Dale Carnegie that said,
yes,
the most interesting people to talk to are the ones that are interested.
Right.
So even just to shift and focus to the other instead of my three mean voices in my head saying, I don't look right. I'm not going to talk right. I'm not going to, act right.
Right.
It's an easy, I think, antidote maybe to that is to shift focus to the other. And then also another thing is to work on the thoughts about myself.
Right.
What if I'm worthy before I buy the bigger pants or before I lose the 10 pounds or before, I'm kind of on that topic because this week, almost all of my female clients, it's been body and losing weight. And
yes.
I'm like, what is in the air? Yes. And then I realized it's swimsuit season.
Oh, right.
So
spring break and swimsuit season. Yes.
Brains are so that mean voice in my head. Can I notice the thought? And even if I have some evidence for the thought, is thinking that on repeat serving me?
Right.
Is it helping me enjoy living in this life that I'm living right now?
Yeah.
And is a thought optional?
It always is.
Maybe it is. Right?
Well, and that I think this is not anything that necessarily I don't know if you're teaching this or not, but like when you look at someone who's beautiful, are they beautiful because they have the perfect facial features, lack of wrinkles, colored hair, body shape, or are they beautiful because they're shiny? It's usually beautiful because they're shiny.
Right.
Like how many people do you see that they're just vibrant and you're like, I want to be by you. I want to talk to you.
It's like a magnet.
You make me feel better when I talk to you. It never has to do with their looks.
Well, and there is, and now maybe we're getting out there, but there are studies that show that you have almost like think like Star Wars, right? Like a force field. So I forget what the footage is. It's something like 20 feet, but there's like
the aura?
Your energy is detectable.
Yes.
So if you walk into a room, you might think you're hiding all this resentful feeling you have.
No.
But it's like so this idea that your thoughts are showing, there's some science to back it up.
Yes.
But
I would say anyone who has a pet or children, you've already seen this. If you and your spouse are tense, even though you're not saying it out loud, the children flee.
Right. Or they might be like trying to get reassurance.
Yes.
Like, Mom, like, as they can sense.
Yes. Or like
just quiet.
if my husband and I are like tense with each other, the dog literally hides in the closet. Doesn't happen that often, but
so
we always make fun of it. I'm always like, hey, Bear's in the closet, just so you know. We gotta figure this out.
You have a litmus test.
Yes.
You have like a perfect litmus
Like,
test.
goes to the closet.
Yes.
And I might be
what real marriage doesn't have moments
Correct.
like that, right?
Right.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yes.
great. That's a litmus test. I'm gonna have to watch Clark more closely now.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like, she's very obvious about it. So back to the podcast and you reading the books. I would really love it if you would give us an example of reading a chapter from your book or a few pages.
Okay, I would love to. Okay, so my podcast is all public domain books because they have to be old. I used to have this thought that I only want to read books by people that are dead because like they've stood the test of time, they're worth reading. And that's not always true. There are so many great books out there. When you go to read a book, what kind of book do you pick up?
It depends. If it's for work, it'll be science-y medical book.
Yep.
And that's just for like intellectual stimulation. If it's something to wind down, it depends on where my location is. If I'm on vacation, I'll get a brainless fiction.
Yeah.
And then if it's like a plane ride where I want to be expansive and creative, I'll read something more expansive and creative, philosophical.
Yeah.
Not necessarily self-help, but something that's going to like Marcus Aurelius.
And get your kind of thinking.
Yeah,
How
get me
could I
thinking.
weave this into a podcast, or how could I teach somebody?
Yeah, or just like make my brain go in different tangents.
Love this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my favorite topic. So I love plane reading.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite. The last 2 books I read on a plane had me crying. I read this is the number 1 book if you're going to pick up something that's not old.
Okay.
Theo of Golden.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I mean, I just literally can't say enough about it. So I'm reading this on the plane and I'm sobbing. And I don't have Scott. It's just me. So like I'm sitting by strangers. I'm sobbing. And the flight attendant comes and she's like, honey, are you okay? And I said, no, this book is so good. So good. So I would love to read a passage out of it in a second. And then this is the book that we went skiing with Scott's family. And Barb Zarvan slipped this in my bag. I mean, it's so like right now with what's going on in the world.
Right. Yeah.
And so her husband's family, sister and mom are still over there. They're coming to visit here soon. And just like these. So Emily Dickinson said, books are a frigate to take us to lands far away. Right. So, and then I started looking at the science about it. Now this would be like way up your alley, but and it said nonfiction books are amazing, right? We learn so much from them, but fiction books teach us empathy, teach us how to learn about a different culture, get outside of our kind of little lives.
Yep.
And then also make us better communicators with other people. And this part I did not know. They increase the white matter in your brain. So they did all these studies. It was, where was it? Maybe Syracuse. And then they had like 114 different studies. They looked at increasing the white matter in your brain even after you finish the book. Your brain is still like thinking about the characters.
I still think about characters that I read when I was in grade school.
Yeah. I mean,
Literally.
amazing. And they're like people that you learn from.
For sure.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So this book, Theo of Golden, has a part that I would love to read.
Yes,
so I
please
can
do.
read a snippet from it. I can't read, obviously, the whole thing because it's not, 50 years old or whatever. But this has a snippet in it who is kind of, to me, like you said, what's your purpose, what you're calling? Who do I want to become? It takes my brain right to, what do I want left behind when I'm gone? How do I want maybe to be remembered? And there's this kind of truism is that people don't always remember even what you said to them, but they remember how you made them feel.
Yes.
And then I read this part in this book, and I actually sent this to my mentor, Edie, because I thought it described her, but it's kind of who I would like to be, maybe. So this is from Theo of Golden. We all walk roads of various descriptions in life. The long and winding road, the road to ruin, easy street, the road less traveled. Along the way, there are questions. There is news. There are concerns and fears and uncertainties that furrow our brows, trouble our souls, and break our hearts. Death terrifies many of us. But God, in his sublime goodness, has always sent others, mysterious others, to walk with us. Prophets, preachers, friends, teachers, artists, storytellers, wives and husbands, children, songbirds and rivers, even hardship and loss, to help us see clearly. They are ones who make our hearts burn within us, who call us out of our indifference, our lethargy, our death and defeat. They call us to be fully alive, or at least more alive than we were before we met them.
That's beautiful.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I do that a little.
Beautiful, yes. So your voice is amazing. It is very calming.
It's very practiced.
Is it?
Like reading. I think
that wasn't natural for you?
Oh, that was really natural. No, not practiced that way, but I mean, I've read like probably, I don't know, when you hear the book Outliers, I've read that many hours to my kids over the years.
Oh, so practicing with your kids in homeschool.
They were stuck. They were like captive prisoner audience.
So when you went to do this for a podcast, it was natural for you.
It was just like I've been reading forever. Like I didn't.
That's incredible.
So like something that didn't feel like it would have a purpose. That reading really seemed like a waste of time because it wasn't math and it wasn't grammar.
Right.
Turned out it had a purpose.
So what does that show you about what you just said before about looking the gift horse in the mouth? So what if you had been a mom that was like, oh, I'm so tired of homeschooling.
I mean, literally, I remember walking up the stairs. Literally, here was one of my thoughts at 3 a.m. I'm dragging my carcass up the stairs. I mean, what a terrible.
Yes,
truth. It's the truth.
It's funny. That's the other cool thing. Not to circle back to purpose, but I'm going to do it anyway. When I look at some of the things I do now, and then I look at what I did in like high school, grade school, you kind of are
you had little things.
Like I was like
totally on something,
right? Like I was a musician, and I was on stage, and I was not because I'm going to be a musician. That's not my purpose. Like I'm not going to be a rock star.
How do you know?
Right, but it
maybe,
was true.
Maybe. I want you to put that on your post.
I know.
Maybe on your computer screen.
Maybe it's my secret. That is already on there. After everything you've seen in your work and your own life, what do you think people are actually searching for?
Okay. What are they searching for? This is going to sound dumb, but
no.
Okay, here's what they're searching for. Love. I think it boils down to love. I really, really do. And I think the most important thing is relationship.
With self and with others.
Both.
Yeah.
Literally. So I think so on your deathbed, right? They've got the person with the biggest 401k, the CEO of the company, the Packer player. I mean, give anyone
right, for sure.
What they want is more time with the people that they love.
Yes.
More healing in relationships.
Yes. Community. For sure. Okay.
It's love and relationships.
I love that. Okay. And then a couple of rapid fire questions. The book one you kind of already added, but what is the number one book you think everyone should read? Really?
Theo of Golden, and then give my Anna Green. So Anna Green Gables. You do not have to listen to me.
But you should. I'm going to.
No. So if you want somebody even better, Rachel McAdams reads it on Audible.
No, I'm going to
read that, and she's really good. No. She's better.
I'm listening.
But I also read them the second and the third book, and it's free.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to you.
And then Theo of Golden, I think it's just so sweet. It's deep and it's sweet and it's meaningful and it's not hard to read. It's a pleasure to read.
Yes,
it's really good,
which is very nice. Where do you think the best place is for people to go if they want to think clearly about some of the things we've talked about? And because we didn't really talk about this yet. I think I know what you're going to say.
To go.
Like if you're someone who's like, oh, I feel so overwhelmed and stressed and I just need to go.
This is easy. Outside.
Yes. We didn't talk about nature yet.
That's easy.
Because you're a big nature person.
Oh, I mean, so this is interesting too. So we look at Lynn, right? And she's backcountry skiing and she's cold plunging and she's in her sauna and she's doing all these like wild and amazing things. I just want to tell you that you can do, it's kind of what I did with homeschooling. I didn't ever do anything like A plus 100%. So it's okay if I'm not A plus 100% Lynn Wagner and backcountry skiing and cold plunging.
Because I'm a little crazy.
And amazing, like goals. That's your sweet spot.
Yes.
My sweet spot might be 20% of that, or it might be 50% of that, right?
Or 5.
I might turn the shower on cold before I get out.
Yeah.
Or I might go ski on the blues. Or I might, what was the other one? I just thought of another one. What else do you do? Oh, this perfect example. Okay, so you might go take like a super hard bike ride because you're incredibly in shape. I'm getting more and more in shape every year. But I might go with Scott on a bike ride. I might have an e-bike.
Yeah.
And it's still amazing.
Right.
I'm still outside and I still get a great workout. So just this idea of like, I can look at what you do. And even if I don't do it 100%, it's still amazing. And it still blesses me and serves me and helps me grow.
Yes. And one thing I don't tell people this enough, but part of the reason I do these things is that's how I get my brain to shut off. If I push myself hard enough or I'm scared enough, then all of a sudden the chatter slows down and I can be in a state of like mindfulness and presence. and then I get really good ideas.
Amen, sister.
Then I'm in the flow
Amen,
zone or the
sister.
present.
Right.
So that's what I need for
Beautiful.
that, but that is not what everyone needs for that.
Right. Or they might look at you as like what's someone called them when we look up to them and we're learning stuff from a guru, not a guru, there's something about it. But they might look at you as someone to admire and also realize even if I don't do it exactly like she does it, I do it at my level, it is still incredible. And I can still learn from her.
Yes.
It's still worth
Yes, absolutely. Pursuing. Absolutely. What do you think there's something people should do more often?
Go outside.
Go outside.
Go outside.
I totally
Go
agree with you.
outside, have more
Go
sex,
outside, yeah.
and just love people really well.
Oh God, we could do a whole episode on the sex part.
No. Okay, so who is going to be the next Dr. Ruth?
I would like to be.
Okay, I've had the same thought about myself.
Oh my God, we could do it together. Seriously, because I was like, I don't know if people realize how important the sex is. And then if you don't have the sex, then you have less sex, and then you have less sex. And then things get pretty bad.
It's just like having the privilege of being a coach of women.
Yes.
It's a topic worth looking into.
It is.
And tending.
I agree.
It is.
That one. I like that one very much.
Okay, I won't send this podcast to my kids.
Okay. Okay, and then lastly, so people are going to want to find you. So the easiest one.
That makes my cheeks burn and feel real awkward.
No, it's fine. It's hot here anyway, so we're probably burning. The easiest one is going to be to go to any podcast platform and look for Grandma Kerri's.
Oh yeah, my spelling of my name is so strange. You can put it in the show notes, maybe. It's with a K.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes. But Grandma Kerri's Sleepytime Classics.
Oh, and
she
also
does have an Instagram and a Facebook. I don't know if they're public or private though.
They're public.
Okay.
And my Instagram's really active. Like I have a lot of little reels on there. So if I have a coaching client and she's struggling with something and we think of a great idea and then it helps me, I throw it on.
I love that. Yes.
So those are all like true life things that help people. So there's a lot of help on there. My other idea is I really want to start a podcast where I take little snippets of books, right? And I take maybe, I don't know, Bible verses or ideas, like a meditation kind of, and like, so I don't know, cut that out. That's just future. That's on my pink post-it of like future dreams. But yeah, so that's great. I mean, usually people say, would you coach me? And I give them my cell phone.
Okay, I was going to say, so do they just contact you through like Instagram
They can just message me. Yep. And I will literally get back to you and give you my cell phone. And
and then once you get too busy, you're going to have to.
Well, I've wondered about that. And I've had a couple of people reach out and say, can you just do a program or can you?
Right.
I don't know.
That's
what do
the next
want?
natural progression. Yeah.
And what do I want though?
Right.
Do I even want that?
Right. Okay. So podcast, Instagram, she's amazing.
Oh, you're so kind.
Whether you listen to her book or you follow her on Instagram or you use her as a personal coach, you will absolutely love her. You walk into a room and she's like a shiny diamond no matter where you see you. So she's pretty amazing.
And isn't it amazing how we don't see ourselves that way?
Yeah, you are.
Thank you.
I was like, babe, she looks good.
I'm just sitting here looking at your skin thinking, I'm getting your card and whatever this is, give me this.
All right. Well, thank you for coming today. It was really, really fun.
Oh, it was a total joy.
And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was good.
It was just
because after everything you've seen in your work and your own life, what do you think people are actually searching for?
Okay. What are they searching for? This is going to sound dumb, but
no.
Okay, here's what they're searching for. Love. I think it boils down to love. I really, really do. And I think the most important thing is relationship.
With self and with others.
Both.
Yeah.
Literally. So I think so on your deathbed, right? They've got the person with the biggest 401k, the CEO of the company, the Packer player. I mean, give anyone.
Right, for sure.
What they want is more time with the people that they love.
Yes.
More healing in relationships.
Yes. Community. For sure. Okay.
It's love and relationships.
I love that. Okay. And then a couple of rapid fire questions. The book one you kind of already added, but what is the number one book you think everyone should read? Really?
Theo of Golden, and then give my Anna Green. So Anna Green Gables, you do not have to listen to me.
But you should. I'm going to.
No. So if you want somebody even better, Rachel McAdams reads it on Audible.
No, I'm going to
read that. And she's really good. No. She's better.
I'm listening
But
to
I
you.
also read them the second, the third book, and it's free.
Yeah, no, I'm going to listen to you.
And then Theo of Golden, I think it's just so sweet. It's deep and it's sweet and it's meaningful and it's not hard to read. It's a pleasure to read.
Yes,
it's really good.
Which is very nice. Where do you think the best place is for people to go if they want to think clearly about some of the things we've talked about And because we didn't really talk about this yet. I think I know what you're going to say.
To go.
Like if you're someone who's like, oh, I feel so overwhelmed and stressed and I just need to go.
This is easy. Outside.
Yes. We didn't talk about nature yet.
That's easy.
Because you're a big nature person.
Oh, I mean, so this is interesting too. So, okay. So we look at Lynn, right? And she's backcountry skiing and she's pole plunging and she's in her sauna and she's doing all these like wild and amazing things. I just want to tell you that you can do, okay, it's kind of what I did with homeschooling. I didn't ever do anything like A plus 100%. So I can not, it's okay if I'm not A plus 100% Lynn Wagner and backcountry skiing and cold plunging.
Because I'm a little crazy.
And amazing, like goals. That's your sweet spot.
Yes.
My sweet spot might be 20% of that, or it might be 50% of that, right?
Or 5.
I might turn the shower on cold before I get out.
Yeah.
Or I might go ski on the blues. Or I might, what was the other one? I just thought of another one. What else do you do? Oh, this perfect example. Okay, so you might go take like a super hard bike ride because you're incredibly in shape. I'm getting more and more in shape every year. But I might go with Scott on a bike ride. I might have an e-bike.
Yeah.
It's still amazing.
Right.
I'm still outside and I still get a great workout. So just this idea of like, I can look at what you do. And even if I don't do it 100%, it's still amazing and it still blesses me and serves me and helps me grow.
Yes. And one thing I don't tell people this enough, but part of the reason I do these things is that's how I get my brain to shut off. If I push myself hard enough or I'm scared enough, then all of a sudden the chatter slows down and I can be in a state of like mindfulness and presence. And then I get really good ideas.
Amen, sister.
Then I'm in the flow
Amen,
zone
sister.
or the present.
Right.
So that's what I need
Beautiful.
for that, but that is not what everyone needs for that.
Right. Or they might look at you as like what's someone called them when we look up to them and we're learning stuff from a guru, not a guru,
Oh,
something
yeah,
about it.
no.
But they might look at you as someone to admire and also realize even if I don't do it exactly like she does it, I do it at my level, it is still incredible.
still
and I can
incredible.
still learn from her.
Yes.
It's still worth
Yes,
pursuing.
absolutely. Absolutely. What do you think there's something people should do more often?
Go outside.
Go outside.
Go outside.
I totally
Go
agree with you.
outside, have more
Go
sex,
outside, yeah.
and just love people really well.
Oh God, we could do a whole episode on the sex part.
No. Okay, so who is going to be the next Dr. Ruth?
I would like to be.
Okay, I've had the same thought about myself.
Oh my
Maybe
God, we
should
could do it together. Seriously, because I was like, I don't know if people realize how important the sex is. And then if you don't have the sex, then you have less sex, and then you have less sex. And then things get pretty bad.
It's just like having the privilege of being a coach of women.
Yes.
It's a topic worth looking into.
It is.
And tending.
I agree.
It is.
I like that one. I like that one very much.
Put that on here. Okay, I won't send this podcast to my kids.
Okay. Okay. And then lastly, so people are going to want to find you. So the easiest
Gosh,
one.
that makes my cheeks burn and feel real awkward.
No, it's
but
fine.
thank
It's
you for
hot in here
saying it.
anyway, so we're probably burning. The easiest one is going to be to go to any podcast platform and look for Grandma Kerri's.
Oh yeah, my spelling of my name is so strange. You can put it in the show notes, maybe. It's with a K.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes. But Grandma Kerri's Sleepytime Classics.
Oh, and
she
also
does have an Instagram and a Facebook. I don't know if they're public or private though.
they're public,
Okay.
and my Instagram's really active. Like I have a lot of little
Yes.
reels on there. So if I have a coaching client and she's struggling with something, and we think of a great idea, and then it helps me, I throw it on.
I love that. Yes.
So those are all like true life things
Love
that
it.
help people. So
Okay.
there's a lot of help on there. My other idea is I really want to start a podcast where I take little snippets of books, right? And I take maybe, I don't know, Bible verses or ideas, like a meditation kind of, and like, so I don't know, cut that out. That's just future. That's on my pink post-it of like future dreams. But yeah, so that's great. I mean, usually people say, would you coach me? And I give them my cell phone. And
Okay, I
we
was
do
going to say, so
consult.
do they just contact you through like
They
Instagram
can just
Messenger?
message me. Yep. And
Okay.
I will literally get back to you
then
and
you
give you my cell phone. And
Okay. And then once you get
free,
too busy, you're going to have to.
Well, I've wondered about that. And I've had a couple of people reach out and say, can you just do a program or can you?
right.
But
Right.
I don't know.
That's
what do
the
we
next
want?
natural
Like, what do
progression.
we-
Yeah.
And what do I want though?
Right.
Do I even want that? I
Right.
don't know.
Right. Okay. So podcast, Instagram. She's amazing.
You're so kind.
Whether you listen to her book or you follow her on Instagram or you use her as a personal coach, you will absolutely love her. You walk into a room and she's like a shiny diamond no matter where you see you. So
gosh.
she's pretty amazing.
And isn't it amazing how we don't see ourselves that way?
Yeah, you are.
Thank
I
you.
was like,
Thank
babe,
you.
she looks good.
I'm just sitting here looking at your skin thinking, I'm getting your card and whatever this is, give me this.
All right. Well, thank you for coming today. It was really, really fun.
Oh, it was total joy.
And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon.